Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. I think the last video I did was about 5 months ago, according to my channel account information. So anyway, I'm here today to bring you an update. It's been a while because just life kind of gets in the way. Sometimes there is time to make a video and you're not in the mood, tired, and the routine starts again because I do have a full-time job. So that usually takes precedence, and then of course just typical weekly, daily activities, just trying to stay on top of your own affairs. Anyway, within the recent weeks, I got my front steps redone. It was in very poor shape before, very poor shape. In fact, I have a really old home, and I hope to spend time building it and turning it into the dream home that I would like it to be. And I know it can be, but it takes time and it does take resources. So hopefully I can turn it into something glorious and glamorous and show you and bring you along in the process as I'm doing that, because it actually is a passion of mine. I do love home improvement. I love a lot of different things, but one of my passions is home improvement, and surprisingly within recent years, construction. I love to see things building, things are reinvented, renovated. I just love that type of that industry, that line of work. And my day job is in a construction division of a company. So even though I'm more in the office, it's still within that industry, and it actually does intrigue me. So anyway, I'm going to show you my steps that I just redid. And also I wanted to give a few tips on how to find a contractor for whatever project that you're gonna start in your home. It could be an office space or what have you, but a few tips. But then also I have to say, some of the major tips, you can go online and find tips to find a contractor, and you find a myriad of resources. In fact, that's what I really did. But I'll tell you also, not only did I research to find out what to do, but I also went based off my own logic or common sense. And, sometimes common sense doesn't serve you truly. You should really have a strategy. But I'll tell you what I did to get my steps redone, and I'm quite happy with the end result. So that's just the first project. This house is old and really hasn't seen any renovation, which is quite exciting because that just means it's a blank canvas for me to do whatever it is that I like now. So first I'm going to show you pictures of what the steps looked like before. Remember, this is a 20 years I've been living in this home. A little backstory, my dad and I was living at the residence, and my dad, has passed on, and of course I've inherited the house. And in his time, it was just basically making sure that those bills were paid, to keep it going. And sometimes there's not enough funds to stretch, and I never really had the most lucrative of incomes, to even help with any of that. So, now it's in a stage where I know that it's many years, it has needed a lot of work, but sometimes you just got to do the necessary, and then later on you can do maybe what you want, so, or what's needed now, but you can facilitate the need for improvements. This is my step. Previously, it was a wooden set of steps. I feel like, it was in decent condition when we first got the house. Typically when you get a house, you usually renovate, you start to rip things out and, put things in place. But like I said, there was never really the funds for that. It was just, let's just pay the bills. let's be able to live here and keep the lights and water on, and then you can think about other things. But it was in good condition when we first moved in, of course, a very long time ago. And over time it depreciates. You kind of do a little reinforcement, little nails here, little piece of new wood here and there, but it really needed to go. So here's what it ended up looking like right before the new improved version. Okay, so pretty dangerous. And quick side story, I actually ended up falling down those stairs. I was testing it. I know little beams and bits of it was coming off. Sometimes it would weaken some of the steps, and some would fall down, and I was trying it. I was still going up the steps because that's the front. I didn't want to have to go through the basement door. And I actually fell down the steps and hurt my knee really, really badly. So that's when I said, you know what, we gotta really start counting some coins out and getting the contractor in and seeing what we could do with the best estimate. So that's that. And then this is also like from the door view, like if I'm looking out, looking from my front door down, this is pretty much what it looked like. I don't really have a picture of this type of view with the new steps, but I can update you all with that. Then this was the middle of the build. Okay, I kind of snapped a little picture through the door there, once the contractors was wrapping up. I think after the first day, they got a lot done within like the weekend, really. So this is like after the first day, pretty much a lot of work was done. They build basically the frame of it, and then start filling it up with concrete and debris and sand and concrete and stones. So that's that. And then this is the end result that I'm very, very, very pleased with. Can you see that? See how gorgeous that looks? Yes. It's limestone as for the steps, and then I have brick in between. I preferred that look. He was telling me, the contractor, that I could have the same material here for the step in between. I wasn't a big fan of that. So yeah, so that's that, and I'm very pleased. It was a good estimate for my budget. So I seen about 8 different contractors. Got different estimates, of course, ranging from, I'm here in the US, so New York City at that, ranging from about between $3,000 and someone quoted me 12 for the same type of work. So, based on the work I want to do, comparison, this was the best person that I decided to go with. So now let me just kind of go over a few tips on how to find a contractor to do work, because there's horror stories out there where you can start paying someone and they don't start the job, or they're not doing it to your specifications or what you would like. So yeah, it can go wrong really quickly. If you're not careful, you don't do your homework, do research, you don't find out if they're licensed, if they're insured. References is great, recommendations. In fact, one contractor that I did meet with did my sister's steps, my brother's wife's. Oh, okay. So one contractor I met did my sister's steps, and he gave me a few thousand higher than the guy that I went with. But it's good to see, to have a referred contractor, because you can see his work. You already know that he's capable of doing it. He will do it. It's done to a great standard. So it's nice, but I just, with my budget, I had to request pictures from the contractor that I actually wanted to do the work, and trust that, he is who he says he is. And moreover, I didn't really find out if he was licensed, which wasn't the best thing to do. But, I'll talk a little bit about that when I go into top tips on finding a contractor.